Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'll be painting a very simple piece. So the idea of this is kind of like a car's headlights shining across this meadow of pink flowers in a foggy background. So the first step is to split the landscape into two halves. The top half will be the sky and the bottom half will be the meadow. Right now I'm just painting this lightly in the shade of blue, and at the bottom half I'm going to paint it in a very dark shade of green, so I mix green with a little bit of black. Once I've separated the landscape into two halves, I'm going to start by painting the top part first. So on the top part I'm going to mix white with sky blue in the middle. I'm going to add more white and kind of like make this round shape. And then around it, I'm going to gradually go darker by adding more sky blue. Once I've covered like the first base of it, I'm going to add more white in the middle. And I'm going to take the brush and wet it. And I'm going to continue to blend it so that the white in the middle looks like a soft glow of the moon. Next, I'm going to take the paintbrush and dip it in blue. And I'm going to draw these very subtle, vague shapes of trees on the left and the right side of the canvas. And I'm going to take water and then I'm going to blend it in the middle where the land separates the sky, so you get this very nice blurred line in between. Next, I'm going to paint the trees. So to add a bit of perspective, the trees that are further away is going to be painted in a lighter shade of blue, and the trees that are closer to us inside, we're going to be painting it in a darker shade of blue. Once I've painted the trees, I want to blur the edges of the trees so it looks as if it's very far behind and hidden within the fog. So by doing so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take water, because this is acrylic wash, so the paint can be activated, and I'm going to blend the edges of the trees. So you can see now it looks a bit blurry and the lines aren't as sharp. And then I'm going to use a size 000 paintbrush, and right in between these trees I'm going to draw the shape of a car, and I'm going to paint it in a very dark shade of blue. And using the same technique as the trees, I'm going to dip the brush in water and I'm going to blur the edges of the car so it looks blurry and in the distant background. Next, I'm going to use a fan brush and I'm going to use green mixed with blue, and I'm just going to dab the tip of the brush and drag it downwards to create this kind of like grassy meadow. Next, I'm going to paint the headlights of the car. I'm using orange mixed with yellow. And in the middle, I'm going to use a bit of titanium white so you can see the glow, the orangey glow of the lights. Once that's done, I'm going to take an angular brush, a very small sized one, to create this little tiny blades of grass by just dabbing the tip of it. And then I'm going to make it in this shape of like a mini V, panning out from the headlights where the light is shining upon the meadow. So I'm going to add a bit more yellow to the green, closer to the car, and then I'm slowly going to fade it out as we get further away. As we move closer to the front of the canvas, I'm going to paint the grass in longer strokes. So the grass in front is going to be taller than the grass behind, and in a darker shade of green as well. Next, I'm going to use the tip of a round tip brush and I'm going to dip it in pink, and I'm just going to gently dab all these pink flowers on top of the grass near the lights. And as I gradually make my way to the foreground, I'm going to add a darker shade of pink. So right now I'm just adding a bit of yellow to the pink so you get this nice peachy tone, and I'm going to add more of this like yellow warmth near the lights. For the finishing touches, I use the fan brush again, and in a darker shade of pink, I'm just going to dab it on around the sides on the left and right of the meadow. And it is finished. I hope you like this very, very simple painting. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Goodbye!